I'm 22 and I still feel like a kid. Is something wrong with me? I'm starting to believe that our parents never really had anything figured out, that they were just trying new things just like we are. And after being in the real world after college, there are some habits that I learned that were not great, so I had to relearn them. Like when to say no to alcohol or drugs. I used to be the type of guy who would only drink alcohol when it was time to celebrate something. Whether that be my goals, whether that be a new milestone that I hit within my life, you name it, it's time to celebrate it. But once I moved to the new city of Atlanta, I started drinking every weekend. So I began to take notice of that. It's been a whole 10 months later, and I have not accomplished anything that I wanted within my first year being in Atlanta. And that kind of gave me a reality check. So I went on a sobriety trip. I'm going back to my rule of only drinking when it is time to celebrate a milestone or a goal within my life. Since doing that, I have become more focused on things that I care about, which is you guys, which is my YouTube channel. And I became more focused on the small habits throughout my personal life that got me to the place that I am now, and that would keep propelling me to become the person that I want to be in the end. Another habit that I formed is making a mental pros and cons list about the people you considering to be your friends. I've always done that in my life, especially during college, because I only want to be friends with people who I want to be like, number one, or they're older than me. I like aspects of their life that I would want to have at that age. I threw that all out the window once I moved. One thing about being desperate, just because you're thirsty for water doesn't mean you need to drink poison. That is a quote that I live by. I'm a firm believer in you are who you hang around. I've been through experiences and I became some of the people I started hanging around, and honestly, I regretted it, but it happened. I learned from it. Everything's my fault. That's a bonus tip. When hanging out with friends that you do like, make sure you plan out your days, weeks, and months. This is habit number 3 that I've learned. After leaving school, time starts to fly by if you're not constantly keeping up with it. In school, we constantly kept up with it because we had deadlines, due dates, assignments, projects had to be done on these different days. Your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, your passions start to slip out the window if you are not keeping up with them. I learned to start treating my passions like schoolwork. I'm gonna have to make sure I schedule out each month. I should have XYZ done by the end of the week on Friday and Saturday. Also have challenges for me to put a lot of pressure on me, like these projects that teachers give you or professors give you, so you can level up and become the person that you want to be, and make sure you're still on track to hitting your goals and hitting your mark, while also spending time with friends and spending time doing what you love to do. When you're scheduling out these days, make sure you write in time for meditation and prayer. I'm telling you guys, I did not take this serious. I was a kid who grew up in church. As I became an adult, you kind of get more detached from that lifestyle and you don't think as much of it. Yeah, I think that's when your faith is tested more when you hit your adulthood. As a kid, you might not resonate with it as well. So that's why I started meditating and leading that into a prayer. If you always feel like your life is on go, 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 and you don't have time to do anything, meditate. Once I started that, I did it because of Iman Ghazi. He was talking about his monk mode and how you should meditate 5 to 10 minutes a day and all this crap. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to see what happens. And once I did it, I realized I had more time in the days, because you have to force yourself to be quiet and be silent for an extended period of time. Get control of your mind. To be honest, at first it was really difficult. Yet when you're in this state of just zen and calmness, and you come out of it, you're like, oh, it's been 10 minutes. You realize how long you sat there with your thoughts. Once you get that level of calmness, it's kind of easier to pray. In my experience, it wasn't me just going to God and just asking for this, asking for that. I actually ended up receiving answers, and my mind wasn't clouded with all these thoughts that were going through my head because of the meditating. A lot of people's like, oh, this is just a hoax. Hey, just try it. I start off with self-guided meditations on YouTube. Try it every day for a month, 2 weeks, and just see if you like it. See what happens. I can only speak from my personal experience, and it kind of helped me out. If you want to see me talk more in depth about it, or just my routines in general, make sure you watch this video right here on the screen.